Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liza and today I'm going to continue talking about the numerology, about the matrix of resources. In my previous video, I talked about the first column of matrix of resource of the table. I talked about numbers 1, 2, and 3 and what they mean when they're combined together. And today in this video, I'm going to continue talking about it, but I'm going to talk about the second column. I'm going to talk about numbers 4, 5, and 6, what they mean together, what this column means in general, what's it responsible for, and of course explaining the meanings of each number separately as well. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to turn on all the notifications so you don't miss all the videos. And I'm also planning to host new lives answering all your questions about the matrix of destiny and about matrix of resources. So don't forget to turn on the notifications, subscribe, and also show your support by clicking at this button. Okay, let's start talking about 4, 5, and 6. So this column, the middle column, it is responsible for the society, the way we communicate, the way we interact with other people, our social presence. So for people who don't have anything in this column, and it is possible not to have anything, because when we talked about the first column, we had the norm for number 1, 2, and for number 2, 2, and for number 3, 1. So it was not possible not to have number 1. It's not possible not to have number 2. But when it comes to 4, 5, and 6, it is possible not to have any of those numbers. So if that's you, or if you know people who don't have anything in their column, the middle column, they don't have any 4, 5, or 6, it just means those people, they're not interested in being part of the society. Like, all those social gathering parties, they're not for them. They don't want to be part of this. They want to be by themselves. They're more introverted, and majority of people who don't have anything in the middle column, they are introverts. They would rather stay at home and do something by themselves or with their family, a close bubble, rather than going to a party, going clubbing, drinking, socializing, like a big group of people. It's not for them, and they're not a huge fan of this. So the less people they are, it's better for them. If they can stay at home and chill, they would rather choose that instead of going somewhere loudly and partying out. So on the other side, if person has a lot of numbers in the middle column, it just means the person is very social, extroverted, wants to party, wants to go out, wants to explore different places in terms of different societies, gatherings, events, being a center of attention, like everywhere. They love big crowds, they love a lot of people, and they enjoy it, and they always want to go out, they want to meet with others, they feel comfortable among other people. In comparison to people who don't have anything, they don't have 4, 5, and 6, they're not interested in that. That's a huge difference, and that's what is the difference between people not having anything in the middle column and people having a lot of numbers in their middle column. But that's what it is responsible. That's responsible for our interaction with the society, with other people, how social we are, how extroverted, introverted we are. Maybe if you are in the middle, if you have like all numbers, you have one number 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, everything within the norm. Maybe if it's a little bit more than a norm, you feel comfortable for both. You feel comfortable staying home by yourself, but at the same time going out. If you don't have one number, let's say, but you have 2, you have 5 and 6, for example, it's also for you. You would still prefer going out, but still having some time with yourself, but more extroverted rather than introverted. But again, it depends on case by case. So we need to see other numbers as well, other resources, like for example, number 1. If you have a lot of number 1s and you don't have anything in the middle number, like you gotta go and you use your skills of talking and communicating with other people. So that's why you will have to go and talk with others, but maybe you're just not a huge fan of doing that and you would rather stay at home and avoid all the conversations and all the talks and negotiations, for example, with other people. So that's the meaning of the column itself when these 3 numbers are combined together. So, and let's start talking and discussing what each number means separately. And as I said, it is possible not to have any of these 3 sources. So meaning that the norm for each of the number, we're supposed to have one number 4, one number 5, and one number 6. 5, if you look at a 5 and if you build your table, and I explained you how to build it and the meanings of it in my previous videos, number 5 is in the center of everything. It's in the center of the horizontal line, the vertical line, diagonals, all the from left to right, right to left. So number 5, it is in the center. So number 5, it is very important, and I will get back to what it means. But if we don't have any resource, if we don't have a number, that's okay. Don't panic. It doesn't mean that, like, okay, we sit and do nothing and we start complaining, or we make an excuse for not having certain numbers and we don't develop them. No, those ones are resources. Again, resources, it's something that we can work on. We can develop it. We can work on improving all those skills. We can go and learn and study. Like, for example, as we talked in the previous video about number 1, if you only have one number 1, yes, you're struggling with speaking, expressing yourself and your ideas. But if you go and take public speaking classes, if you go take singing classes, or any like language classes as well, it will help you a lot to work on that skill. The same idea comes to all these other numbers, to the 4, 5, and 6. Like, we can work on all of them, and I will tell you how and what we're supposed to do. So number 4, when we talk about number 4, it is responsible for self-discipline, their ability to know and understand that there are certain rules, rules which you need to follow. It's being organized in whatever you do, in your tasks, in your life, at work. It comes to also to being altruistic. That's the main number when it comes to your altruistic approach, like having the desire to save and help everyone and anybody else. It is also responsible for being honest and taking all responsibilities for your actions and whatever you do in life, and maybe also taking responsibilities for others. So being serious, being honest, being responsible at work, in life, and being very organized and very disciplined with your tasks, with your goals, with the projects, with everything you have to do. So meaning that if you don't have this number, you struggle understanding that there are certain rules, there are certain laws which you are supposed to do and follow. You may say, I don't care. I don't care what they say. I want to live my life. Like, very careless, like very sometimes immature in some of the cases, because if we live in another country, if we live in different places, if we go to work, we gotta follow the rules. We gotta follow what others tell us. But sometimes for you it can be hard. And especially if you come to a new team, if you come to a new company, if you join a new team, it may be hard for you, for people who don't have number 4, to join the team. So you may say, like, nobody understands me, everyone is different, because you want to have your own set of rules. You want to do the things the way you want them to be done, and you don't care about anything. So that's what you need to be careful with. If you don't have number 4, there are still the rules which you need to follow, and you need to understand that. It's not always going to be your way. It's not always going to be like you should be more serious in terms of how you deal with these things. Be more responsible, because number 4 is responsible for discipline. Be more honest, especially if you have a lot of number 1s, right? And we know that number 1s, they can lie a lot and say some things which you will not even understand, is it the truth or not. And if you don't have number 4, like, it's easy for you to say some things which you didn't mean to say to other people. And so you gotta stay always truthful what you say to others, what you think, and staying truthful for yourself as well, and taking responsibilities for your actions, for your words. If you promised somebody to do something, you gotta go and do it. That's very important. And it also comes to self-discipline. Working a lot on self-discipline. Maybe you're struggling with coming on time. Maybe you're always late. Maybe since you don't care about anything, if you're late, you're just like, I don't care if I'm late. I don't care about that. And I don't care what they say. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it the way I want it to be done. So that's when it becomes a little bit challenging, building the connections with others, and especially, as I said, when it's brand new connections, when you get into the new company, when you meet new people, new circle, that may be challenging. So you gotta work on all of that. and always taking responsibilities for your actions and for your words. For people who have one number 4, everything is fine. You have self-discipline, you can take responsibilities, you understand that there are rules, there are laws and things you need to follow, and everything makes sense to you. For people who are more than a norm, it all comes that it becomes too much. You put yourself into the limits because you do not allow yourself to do some things. Like, no, I cannot do that. This is not the right thing to do. Like, it all comes to the control, that you are controlling yourself and you do not give yourself some freedom in your actions. And you start controlling not only yourself, but other people. No, you don't do that. That's not the right way to do that. Why are you doing this? No, like, this is not how it's supposed to be. Like, you start controlling others because you're so crazy that the thing needs to be in a specific way. It needs to be here. It needs to be here. And if somebody doesn't do it that way, you become frustrated about this. So everything needs to be so organized, disciplined, and you put those limitations on yourself and you put those limitations on other people. That's why you got to be very careful. Give people some space, some freedom to do whatever they want to do. If they decide to break some laws and do something, it's their responsibilities, not yours. Because for you, since I said number 4 is very altruistic number, so if you have more than 1, 2, and 3, you will have a huge desire to go and save everyone. Help everyone. I want to help this person. I want to help this person. And it's not only about help, but it's also about responsibilities. Like, okay, I'm like, somebody asks you something and you're going and doing that for that person and for that person and for that person. But you don't have enough capacity for all of this. So if you promise something to other people, you gotta go and do it and execute it. And because people rely on you, people see you as a very responsible person, so you gotta go and do that, whatever you promised. And the problem is that sometimes you forget about yourself because you want to help this person, help this, and do this and this and this, and we're helping everyone except ourselves. So that's the main problem when it comes to people who have 2 number 4s or 3 number 4s. They put other people first in majority of cases than themselves. They will do things for other people, they will help them, they will save them, or whatever it is, and then they will only do something else for themselves. So you gotta work on that. But on the other hand, you're very disciplined, you're very organized in your work, in whatever you do. You know what is time and at what time you're supposed to come and what are the deadlines. You take full responsibilities for your actions, but it's just too much. And remember about all those limitations you set up for yourself and for other people, because that can be a problem, right? You kind of limit yourself in expressing yourself with other people, and it's just too much. So sometimes you need to be more easygoing and careless. Learn from people who don't have number 4s at all. It's a good thing. Like, for example, you can look at your relationships. If you have a partner, if you have a spouse, maybe you have a lot of number 2s and your partner doesn't have any number 4, and by being together you give your spouse some number 4s and they balance you out, you balance each other. So that's why by being together, it's not that crazy, like in the way how you can see it about doing so many things and about limiting themselves. So one person is careless, another one is too much. Let's balance it out. So that's why it's always good when I talk about the compatibility and other things when people come to see about resources. Are you exchanging something? Are you helping each other with those resources, or not really? You just make it worse. So that was about number 4 and what number 4 stands for. If we move to number 5 is, as I said, the main number for a lot of things, and it's a main number when it comes to the female energy. All uneven numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, all they're considered like as a feminine energy, and 2, 4, 6, and 8, they're considered male energies, more strong and powerful energies. So with number 5, it is the way how we can express feelings and emotions. And it's also our sexual energy, how we show it to other people. It's how we show. It's how we express ourselves, inside and outside. Of course, everyone has feelings and everyone has emotions, and people who don't have number 5, they also feel the pain. If you go hit something, you feel the pain. But the problem with people who don't have number 5, it's the difference in expressing their feelings and emotions. They're struggling with expressing whatever is inside of them. So the outside form and inside form, they're not the same. And for people who don't have number 5, sometimes when you look at them, you don't actually understand what's happening inside of them, what they actually feel, what they're going through, what inside their head. You don't get it because they're like a mystery. You don't know. Maybe only after a while, once you build the connection, it makes total sense for you. But before that, those people may look like a very cold people, like they don't show the emotions. And of course, when it comes to the relationships, especially if your partner or other people, they have number 5, they don't understand each other. They say that for people who don't have number 5, like they're very cold-hearted, they don't show love, they don't show emotions, or people can start saying like, okay, he doesn't or she doesn't love me anymore. Why? It's just because the way those people express themselves is different. Inside, they may feel horrible. Everything is bad. They feel anxious, depressed. But if somebody comes and tells them like, oh, how are you feeling today? Oh, all good. All amazing. Everything's fine. So they will never show it to other people, especially if they've never met those people before, if they're brand new people or not their circle, the people who they're not familiar with. It's just, they don't feel comfortable about it. They treat it like they feel that sharing their emotions is making them feel vulnerable. That's why they don't do it. That's why they keep everything inside of them. But the way they express their feelings and emotions is through actions, right? So it's not about like saying out loud and showing it like emotionally, the love and the emotions and everything and feelings, but they do through the actions, through small maybe details, through the actions, doing, helping, assisting, taking care of you. They will do it instead of saying it. So that's why it's important to understand. It also comes to all the different love languages as well, right? So understanding that maybe if it's you who don't have number 5, maybe your partner who doesn't have number 5, but understanding that sometimes the way how you express your feelings and emotions, they are different, it will make more sense to you about other people. So if you don't have number 5, again, we can learn it. We can watch different courses on how to become more emotional mature, right? Expressing their feelings, expressing different emotions. And actually, sometimes they don't understand their emotions. When you ask them, like, how are you feeling right now? They may struggle answering the questions because it's just hard for them to identify. So learning more about themselves, about their feelings, emotions is very important, since it's also the main energy, as I said, the female energy, right? The feminine energy, being like flexible, being flirty, and so showing the sexual energy as well. So that's number 5. And that's why going and doing yoga, stretching, drawing, singing, all of those different activities, avoiding strength workouts or CrossFits or boxing. No, this is not working out. We need something more feminine, right? We need to maybe like flexibility classes, pole dancing, strip dancing, or whatever it could be. You decide, but you need to find the way how to show it, how to express yourself, maybe through the dance form, maybe through the art form, but it will make you feel better, and it will help you to express your feelings and emotions when you build connections with other people, because it may be hard to build genuine connections with others on a deeper level, because you may feel, again, people who don't have number 5, that's not the good thing. Everyone will use it against you, and no, you're always strong, and other people don't need to know that. And people who have a lot of number 5s, it's the other side, become over emotional. You may overreact. different things. Like you may make the whole drama, you can be a drama queen, like, you know, making a whole show and making a huge show out of nothing, out of thin air. You make it a huge deal. You can be more jealous than other people. You may be controlling than other people, like, you know, asking your partner, like, where are you going, this and this and this, and making the whole show about it. So it all comes, again, learning how to control your feelings and emotions. We're focusing on emotional maturity, right? Focusing on the way you talk to others, how you express, how you maybe overreact. It's good to feel other people, right? Because it's also about feelings, showing the empathy. You are better at that. You're better at feeling other people. But it can be too much. It can be hard for you to manage that. Maybe you take everything like to the heart, to the actual point. Maybe somebody said something and it wasn't actually anything offensive, but you took it to your heart and it was too much for you, and you become very upset and you are mad and sad and all of those things. So focusing on the way how you control your emotions, not the other way around. Because for people who have a lot of number 5, it can be the other way, that emotions and your feelings, they control you, and you base your decisions and choices on your emotions, like, you know, emotionally driven decisions, impulsive decisions. Yeah, that can be you. So we focus on that. And for people who have a lot of number 5s, as I said, this energy, the sexual energy, like be looking attractive, like having this charisma as well. So people who have a lot of number 5, they attract others. Like you want to be around them, you want to look at them. It's just the energy. It's not even the way they look, the way they dress up. It's just the energy coming out from them. It's very attractive, and you want to be around this energy. So use it in a proper way, in a good direction, and learning how to control your feelings and learning how to control your emotions, and actually also expressing the way you express. It all comes to the way you express. Maybe drawing as well, like doing the art therapy or something like that will help you a lot if there is something. Or maybe go like boxing, because for you, in comparison to people who don't have number 5, they need to get it. And I said they shouldn't do any strength workout or something like that. But on the other hand, for people who have a lot of number 5, you need to calm it down, because it can be too much. And for you, maybe it's better to go into the strength workouts and boxing and putting all those anger and emotions and feelings out, because you may struggle controlling you. And not only positive emotions and feelings, but negative as well, right? Being frustrated, showing the aggression, being angry at something. You gotta keep your cool. Sometimes it's needed. So try to work on that. Next one, and the last one, we move to number 6. Number 3, we had the female logic. Number 6 is male logic. Number 6 is responsible how you can systemize things, how you can strategize things. It's analytical thinking. So people with number 6 who have number 6, they're good at analytical thinking. They're good at structuring things out. Number 6 also comes to the confidence, having the self-esteem, self-confidence, clearly saying your out loud your opinion, your point of view. Whatever you think, however you want things to be done, like you express yourself in all of those cases. And meaning that if person does not have number 6, the person struggles with that. The person struggles with systemizing and structuring things. Maybe if you need to plan something, writing down and coming up with plans, never keep it inside your head. People who don't have number 6, please put it out on paper, on digital format, because if you keep it inside your head, you're gonna struggle actually finishing the tasks, remembering everything. It's just like your brain is not made for this. So you can train it, of course, and we talked about that resources can be trained and we can gain all those resources. But for you, it's better to write it down. For you, it's better to create different like mind maps, visual maps, to write it down, to break it down, so you have the system and you systemize and structure everything and whatever you do. You may struggle with self-esteem, with the self-confidence, and people who don't have number 6, they may say like, I haven't achieved anything, I haven't done anything, I'm no one, and my results are useless, and I'm useless, and I'm miserable. I'm just kind of trying to give you an example. It's the way people without number 6 may feel. And even they've done a lot, you know, they launched a rocket to space, they found a cure for cancer or whatever it could be. They will still feel they haven't done anything, they still haven't achieved anything, and that's why they may feel lost sometimes. So people who don't have number 6, even at one point in their life, they found their life path, they found their goals, they found what they want to do in life, and they keep on going. But people with number 6 in the middle of on their way, they can stop, and they may start feeling lost. Like, what am I doing with my life? Where am I going? So people without number 6, because they start having lots of doubts. That's the main problem, because they do not believe that's the right way. I'm not sure if I should do that, and this is not working, and I'm not doing the right things, and I'm gonna fail, and the project is gonna fail. So the mindset is everything. People who don't have number 6, they gotta work on their self-confidence. They gotta believe in themselves, in the projects, in the things they do, and have this positive approach towards anything in life, and analyzing what they're gonna do. What is the plan A? What's the plan B, C, and D? If this is not working, this is gonna work out. If this is not gonna work out, this is gonna work out. So they gotta know, and they gotta prepare themselves for all the different circumstances. And yes, if it's you don't have number 6, yes, in life you may ask more questions about your life, where I'm going, what I'm doing, I'm lost. It may happen to you more often than to anybody else, but that's okay. Use it as your advantage to, it helps you to stay on track. It helps you to understand and actually listen to yourself. What do you like? What do you want? Being like a compass, like, okay, let's check it out. Am I in the right way? Am I going in the right direction? Or I'm gonna change something and I need to fix some things. So use it, everything what's happening to you, as an advantage, and use and shift your mindset. And you gotta believe in yourself more, and working on your self-confidence, self-esteem. And it's not only about like inside confidence, it's also about the body, like accepting the way you look, self-love, self-care. Maybe you're confident at your work, in your knowledge, and whatever you share to others, but you don't feel confident in your body. You don't like it, you don't think you look good, you want to change something, and it all comes to number 6. So work on this. Do different morning affirmations, come into a mirror and see how amazing you are, always saying great things and celebrating even small achievements. Start small, for people without number 6, you got to be proud of yourself. That's the main problem, that sometimes you're not proud of yourself, what you've achieved, what you've done. You think you haven't done anything. So that's why creating all those lists and writing them down, daily, putting daily checks, completed, you will feel better about yourself. You will feel more proud that you've completed and achieved different things, because it's easier for you to go down. You push yourself down by not believing in yourself, by not being proud of yourself and not being proud of your achievements. So people without number 6, please work on it. And again, resources is something that we can get. So maybe you were born without having this number, but during your life you gained it, you got it from other people, through training, through work experience, through collaborating and working with others, maybe through the different courses, workshops, right? So now you feel more confident in your work and whatever you do in life. That's for people who don't have number 6. People who have a lot of number 6, it hits extreme points, right? So those people become sometimes too confident in themselves. They are sometimes can be very narcissist. They can be very egocentric, very selfish in whatever they do, because they think they are the best. And they have a lot of confidence in their work, in the way they position themselves. So it's good, again, to mix people who don't have number 6, to be with a person who has number 6, at least not one number 6, so another person can help you and motivate you and support you. And if there are 2 of you who don't have number 6, you will have to go and find other people around you who will do that to you, maybe your family, right? So people who have a lot of number 6, sometimes you gotta put your ego down. Sometimes the way you talk to other people, that can be too much. Like how maybe you look from above, the way you talk to others, maybe you're too demanding, maybe you keep on saying that you are the best and you don't treat other people well. So work on that and focus on how you can put it a little bit down. Yes, you know that you are amazing, but help other people maybe to push this energy, give this energy to other people. With every resource, if we have a lot of them, we want to give it to others, we want to get rid of it. So put it in the right place, help other people who struggle, maybe like, doing the coaching or something like that, or maybe in your family, your partner who struggles with that, so you can boost their confidence and hype them up in whatever they do. And of course, the analytical thinking, the male logic. You are doing better than others, since if you have more than the norm of number 6, you can, it's like, working in IT, analyzing, doing, engineering, different graphics, building, analyzing the data. You have the skill and you have this resource. Use it for your work. If you have to analyze something, if you have to do some calculations, like finance, accounting, you are better than other people. And use it as your advantage in whatever you do in your career, in your life. Maybe your spouse doesn't have this number, but you have it, so you can be responsible for budgeting, you can be responsible for your finances, right? You can be responsible for structuring the plan, coming up with the trips or something like that. So assist each other and help each other with all these different resources. But that was it for today. That was my brief overview about the numbers and what they mean. Of course, we can go a lot in depth about everything, and in depth about every single number, if you have more than a norm and if you have less than a norm, which is going to take forever. But I wanted to give you the most important, the key factors, the key information for every resource, so you can see whether you have it or you don't have it, if it's within the norm, identify the areas of improvement. And I want to add about number 6, about the confidence, because I see it a lot in my practice. If you see that you have number 6 and you feel that you are not confident, that you lack of confidence and you lack of self-esteem, again, you were born with this resource. It means that if you feel that way right now, that you don't have it, it means that during the life, maybe when you were a kid or when you were a teenager, something happened. Maybe you wanted to perform when you were in kindergarten and somebody said something to you and you became more closed in yourself, you became not confident in yourself and you stopped expressing yourself. Maybe you shared your opinion, but somebody told you something and it affected you. So if you have number 6, but you don't feel the confidence, you do not believe in yourself and you lack of self-esteem, you gotta look at what happened, what factors, because here it comes all the psychological factors. If you have it, the number 6 resource, but you don't have all of this, what information and qualities I told you, you gotta dig deeper and you gotta maybe book a therapy session, go meet with a coach or counseling. They will help you to find where exactly it happened, what caused whatever you're experiencing right now, because you were born with it. And it's not normal for you not to have this confidence. Look at yourself when you were a kid until the age of 3 to 5. Were you confident in expressing yourself and showing yourself? Like, especially when you were 3 or 4. That's when usually we show our true selves. That's when we see these resources in full picture. So try to see, maybe, yes, you were confident and you were expressing yourself, but then something happened and now you don't have it. So work on it, work on maybe some traumatic events happened and see what it could be, because you have it, okay? But that was it for today. We talked about the second column, 4, 5, and 6, and we have 3 last numbers left. We have 7, 8, and 9 left to discuss in my future videos. And thank you again everyone for watching. Thank you for your support. If you want to show some extra support, there is a new extra button here which is called thanks button. You can click it and you can show your support for me making all those videos and explaining and teaching to you all this numerology information. I would highly appreciate it. And thank you for subscribing and watching, and I see you in my next videos. Bye bye.